everybody. How we doing tonight? All right, Thursday, a little dry. I'll try to get you up. Try to get you a little wet. It's a weird way to start. So people always ask me, hey Kevin, what's your deal? What's your bag, man? And I'm always like, well, I like getting drunk and Chuck E. Cheese and just listen to the band. It's a thing I like to do. So it's a weird thing to do, I know. I do a lot of weird things. I have a lot of weird ideas also. Like sometimes I think it'd be pretty cool if mermaids were real. That way I can stop fucking all these manatees. Going blue up top, guys. Sometimes I think Full House is full of shit. They have a character on there named Joey Gladstone, Uncle Joey, and he claims to be a stand-up comedian. But not once during that show does he talk about killing himself. I don't go camp anymore, guys. Last time I went camping, me and my friends decided to take acid, but they didn't tell me I was the only one that took it. So I'm in the middle of the woods, and my friends are hiding behind rocks and trees, going choo 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 choo. I think Jason's after me, so I run deeper into the woods. But it's all right, guys. Sasquatch comes out of nowhere and leads me to freedom. Funny thing about Sasquatch, though, really preachy guy. He's all like, Kevin, you gotta stop taking hallucinatory drugs and get your life straight. And I'm like, Sasquatch, you gotta shave and shower and get a job. Let's finish this badminton set. I do a lot of drinking and driving. I'm from Missouri. It's the only way I can get home. And my friends tell me drinking and driving is a recipe for disaster. And they're right. But here's another recipe for disaster I bet you never heard of. Eggs, flour, icing, and dynamite. Don't eat that cake. That's a bad cake. If you guys eat that cake, you're cruising for an explosive situation. You know what? Actually, you know what? The dynamite gets all cooked out. All cooked out. That joke kills when I tour the Culinary Institutes of America. They're all like, Kevin, you gotta tell that joke about bouillabaisse. And I'm like, I'm trying to get through this joke about demi-glaze. I have a lot of jobs. One of my jobs is naming my pets. I name my pets, and I like to give my pets intricate backstories. I have one dog, his name's Bentley Barkley III, and Bentley Barkley went to a very prestigious Ivy League school, and then he fell into the wrong crowd, joined Skull and Bones, joined a Fortune 500 company, got arrested for embezzlement. But it's okay, guys. He's working for a non-profit, and he's in charge of giving out kisses. He's giving out all the kisses! I got another dog, Pumpkin Escobar. Pumpkin Escobar got arrested for slinging yayo on the street. He served his time, he's all right. He's now giving back to the community. He's shown kids you don't have to sell drugs to be the toughest little guy around. He's so tough! He's giving out 110%, he's the toughest! I share too much. That's my problem. I have a tendency to share way too much. I'm 29 years old, and I've learned a lot in my 29 years of life. One thing I never learned how to do is I never learned how to swim. I grew up a fat kid, and when you grow up a fat kid, you all know the uniform a fat kid wears when he's going swimming. It's a white t-shirt. Ugh. I made the mistake one day of running through a sprinkler. Just looked like an overstuffed burrito, just guacamole coming out the sides of me. It's just terrible. On top of that, I was also a Boy Scout. I was an Eagle Scout. We went to a Boy Scout camp, and there's a lake. And on one side of the lake is the Boy Scout camp, and on another side of the lake is the Girl Scout camp. And my friends were like, hey, let's swim across the lake and talk to some babes. And I'm like, yeah, guys, let's walk around the lake and talk to some girls. And they're like, well, why don't you just swim? And I told them I didn't know how to swim. So what these guys do is they duct tape water noodles to my body and send me out into the lake like the saddest raft in the world. There's very few times in life you pray for a sniper. That's one of them. So I come adrift. My t-shirt is soaking wet. It's sticking to my skin, and every time I take it off my body, it sounds like I'm licking peanut butter off the roof of my mouth. It's just... But you know what, guys? Some girls interested? I might even get my first kiss. But my friends come up behind me, pants me right in front of her. She lets out a blood-curdling scream. And my only response is to slowly walk back into the lake and let the current take me back to shore. I beach myself, and then I realize I have to pee. And I run to the bathroom, and lo and behold, on the base of my manhood is the largest leech you've ever seen in your life. To this day, I don't know if she screamed at me or the leech. But I have a very scientific mind. I gotta go through all the hypotheses to get to the reason why. So I could either show myself to a 14-year-old girl, which would end bad for both of us, or I can wait till I have a son, pants him, see if it's genetic. Either way, I'm going to prison. And I would do terrible in prison. I'm so fluffy and delicious, they just eat me up like a marshmallow. I don't want the nickname S'mores. Okay, guys, that's all I got.